Stop spending these rare pennies. I tell people all the time, pennies can be extremely valuable, and that's why we're going to look at coins today that sold in 2023 for a lot more than their face value. Now, we are going to start off with some older wheat pennies, but we will get all the way up into the year 2000. So we're going to be looking at modern pennies as well, and some of these errors on the older coins can also take place on newer coins as well in some cases. Now, this first coin is from 1911. It is a wheat penny that is in not so great condition. However, it has a mint error, which can make it valuable. The coin has been triple struck. As we zoom in on the coin, you can see that there. This coin ended up selling for $192 at auction. You can really see the wheat stocks there, triple strike there. Man, it's very nice, graded by NGC. Let's move on to a 1919 wheat penny that has been double struck. Very obvious type of error here. Not as noticeable as the triple strike, believe it or not, obviously, as we can see here in the image displayed. This coin is graded by NGC, and the coin ended up selling for $468. Next up is something that you could definitely pass up if you're not really familiar with coins. You might just think it's a damaged wheat penny. However, this does have a couple different things going on. First, it has a die adjustment strike, which you can see it all faded out as a result of that. And then it also has an indent here on the obverse of the coin. So this penny ended up selling for $288. Moving on to a 1945 wheat penny that was struck onto an overweight planchet. So this coin here actually weighs 4 grams. Now, these pennies prior to 1982 are supposed to weigh 3.1 grams, or in that range, not 4 grams. So if you find a penny that weighs 4 grams, then it's on an overweight planchet, which can give it some extra value. This coin ended up selling for $180 at auction. Now, of course, the condition or the grade also matters as well. Moving on to a 1953 wheat penny. This is the S mint mark, meaning the San Francisco Mint. And this penny here has a retained silver fragment. If you look there in Lincoln's hair, you can see that silver fragment retained into the obverse of the coin. This coin ended up selling for a little over $100 at auction. Next up is a lamination taking place here. So it is a defective and laminated planchet here. But you can look for laminations on all kinds of different coins, not just 1958 wheat pennies. A lot of these errors you can look for on different coins as well. So this coin ended up selling for $55 at auction. Had it been, a higher grade in better condition, it could have sold for more. But time out guys, check this out. Hey guys, how people sell unsearched penny rolls when they're actually not unsearched? Well, these are 100% legitimate unsearched. You could find a key date in them. People have actually found 1909S VDBs and other key dates from these rolls from Coins TV. So I actually picked up a bunch of rolls myself. We're gonna do a video where we go through and see what we find. Now, if you guys want a roll, you guys can get one very cheap and affordable on Coins TV. The link is below this video. And when you guys go through them, please let me know what you guys find. Come back and comment on this video and let me know what you guys find, because people have been finding really good stuff in these. I picked up like 200 rolls just for myself. So if you want one, hit the link below. Coins TV wheat penny rolls. All right, moving on to the 1958 Lincoln wheat cent. This penny here has been struck through. Now, the coin has a mint error, which is the strike through on the obverse of the coin, but it also has been cleaned, which will take away value from the coin. So do not clean your coins. I cannot stress that enough. This coin ended up selling only for around $47. Had it not been cleaned, could have sold for more. Moving on to a very extreme type of mint error, a 1964 Lincoln cent that has been double struck. This coin sold for $384. I think that error kind of speaks for itself. And this next error is a super rare and valuable mint error that, you always want to keep in the back of your head. It is a very obvious type of mint error as well. You'll see both designs of the Lincoln penny along with the Roosevelt dime, and that's because it's a double denomination. We have a 1968 penny that was struck onto a 1965 dime. That's why this coin sold for over $3,800. Nearly a $4,000 coin. Next up is a 1970 penny that has an incomplete curved clip. So you can see that there, that line going through there. Now, if it was a complete clip, it would have clipped off that whole side of the coin, but it's an incomplete curved clip, so you can still see that line there. So this coin ended up selling for $139. Now here's another strike through taking place on the Lincoln cent, where the obverse has been struck through, and it's a 1971 penny that sold for $43 at auction. Not a super rare and valuable coin, but it is a mint error to always look for. Now we looked at that double denomination with the Roosevelt dime. Here's another example, but this one is even more rare. So this is where a 1972 penny was actually struck onto a 1964 silver Roosevelt dime. Because in 1964, they were producing Roosevelt dimes in 90% silver. So this is super rare. This coin sold for over $7,000 at auction. Recently, these coins all sold in 2023, by the way. All right, moving on to a similar type of error. In this case, we have a 1973 penny design that was struck onto a 1973 Roosevelt dime. So it's not the silver dime, but it is the same year. We got the penny from 1973 and the dime from 1973. This coin sold for around $1,300 at auction. Again, over $1,000 coin there. And then we have the 1973 penny that has been struck through a piece of fragment here on the obverse of the coin. This penny sold for $228, graded by NGC. Moving on to a 1982 Lincoln penny. Now someone may mistake this for a damaged penny. You know, if you just found something like this laying around in a parking lot, you probably wouldn't think much about it, but it actually is a genuine mint error. The coin has been partially unplated, the planchet, and this coin ended up selling for around $150. And then we also have another double denomination where we have a Lincoln cent from 1984 struck onto a 1984 Roosevelt dime. Again, we've already covered this error. This coin sold for a little over $1,000. And then here is a piece of fragment that the Lincoln cent design from 1988 was struck onto. It only weighs half a gram. This coin ended up selling for around $170. Very nice penny there, but this penny here sold for over $550 because we have the 1990 Lincoln penny design that was struck onto a Roosevelt dime planchet. It was a blank Roosevelt dime planchet. That's why you don't see the dime design along with the penny design. So over $550 for that coin. And then this coin here has multiple errors. It's been multi-struck, broad-struck. We have a brockage on the reverse of the coin. This penny sold for $77 at auction, graded by NGC. Here's a penny that has just been broad-struck, and this coin ended up selling for around $60 at auction from 1999. Graded by NGC as well there at a mint state 65 red. So this next coin is a 1999 Lincoln cent that has been broad struck with an indent on the obverse of the coin. So this coin is graded by NGC at a mint state 66 red. Unfortunately, the coin only sold for 30 bucks. So if you're selling it, not really a good sell, but I think it's a good pickup if you're buying it. Pretty cool mint error for only 30 bucks. And then we move on to the year 2000. This coin has been triple struck. So a modern coin here with a pretty nice mint error, and this coin ended up selling for $55 at auction. So not too bad. Again, that one's pretty cheap. I think the value on that could potentially go up in the future. You just never know. It really just depends on what these top collectors are going to pay at a specific time and how many exist kind of on the market that are similar for, you know, similar dates. But don't forget to always inspect your change, coin rolls from the bank, or even an old coin collection that you may have inherited, because you never know what you may find. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out those videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.